Okay. Good. So, welcome, and we'll begin our practice today by, as we always do, a nice long centering. So, find your comfortable seat, sitting on your mat or cushion or chair. Allow the spine to lengthen upwards. Connect with your breath, and as you exhale, just a big letting go breath. Gonna get a long, easy in breath and exhale. Big sigh it out. And just acknowledging that you're practicing yoga with others here in this moment, or uh, and others around the country, around the world. And then noticing the distant sounds. Just letting your ears seek out the sound that's farthest away from you, perhaps beyond the room. And then taking in the sounds from within the room. And then noting the temperature of the air against your skin. Slowly drawing the air in through the nostrils. And noticing how deep your breath goes. Just what is your natural breath? And as you follow the breath in, just noticing how your body feels today. What is your general state of being today? Noticing how the stress in your life affects your physical body. Noticing how what you've had to eat and drink, and medications, how that affects your body. And then noticing what your emotional state is, just being present to the emotion or emotions that are up for you today. And then noticing where the mind is. Is the mind distracted by issues in life or issues in the world? And then just accepting all that is. There's nothing to fix or change, but just being present to how you're doing in this moment. And now noting how it is you'd like to show up for your yoga practice this morning. And then set an intention for our time together. And with awareness on that intention, taking the sound of the bell, following it to the end. Good, and now let's rub the hands together in front of the face, just generating some warmth and heat. Good, and now release the hands an inch away from the face, just feeling the energy radiating off the hands. And gently massage the face. Massage the neck. Good, and then release the hands back down to the thighs. And then just puff out your cheeks like. And then alternate one and then the other. So it's. Good, and then relax. And now open the eyes like a big surprise. And then shut the eyes tight. Again, open the eyes super wide, big surprise. And shut the eyes tight. And then relax the eyes and just open them normally. And now slowly turn the head to your right so the chin's over the right shoulder. Inhale, lift. Exhale, twist a little farther. Good, and then come back to neutral. And same thing, other side. Inhale, lift. Exhale, twist. Good, and then return back to normal. And then draw a little figure 8 with the nose. And reverse direction. And then let that motion come to stillness. And now let's roll the shoulders up, back, and down like you're doing the backstroke. And then reverse direction. Good, and let that motion come to stillness. And now reach the arms out in front of you and flick away with the fingers. Good, and now interlace the hands, turn the palms away and stretch the arms out. And then lift the arms up overhead. Inhale, lift up. Good, and now bring the hands behind the head, chin up, elbows wide. Nice full breath here. And then slide the hands onto the shoulders and draw little circles with the elbows. And reverse direction. Good, and then release the hands back down. And now reach the left hand to the right knee, right hand behind you. Inhale, lift, and exhale, twist. Good, come back to center, and then same thing other side, right hand to left knee, left hand behind you. Inhale, lift, and exhale, twist. And then return back to starting position. And now let's take hold one hand on each knee and draw a big circle with the torso. Back here. And then reverse direction. And then let that circling come to stillness. And now let's come onto the knees. If you need to use a block, if it's too much for you to sit on your knees, you can sit on a block. But bring the hands up, open palms in front of you, and then lay them out and just press them against the mat or the earth. That's a nice gentle flex here. Good, and then other side, press the palms down, lean forward. And then bring the top of the hands on the ground. Just give a little stretch here. Good, and then lift back up. And then bring the right hand down by the side, reach the left arm up and stretch up, lengthen through the left side of the body as you look up. And then same thing other side, left hand down, right arm up. Inhale, stretch up, look up at the raised right hand. Good, and then release the hands down. And now we'll move into our hip openers. So let's sit back down and bring the feet a little wider than hips width apart. And then slowly roll the knees side to side. So exhale to the side, inhale the center, exhale other side. Just slowly move with the breath. And now lower the knees over to your left, bringing that left foot by the right thigh, and then place the hands on either side of the knee, your left knee, and then inhale, lengthen up, exhale, stretch forward and down, lift the back leg up, and then release that knee down, again, stretch up through the torso, and exhale, lengthen forward and down, lift that back leg up, and release the knee down. And now walk the hands outside the left thigh, walk the hands around into the twist. So inhale, lift, and exhale, look back over the left shoulder. Good, and then walk the hands around, bringing the left hand outside the knee in line with the ankle, knee, palms, and fingertips. And then with the right arm, draw big figure eights. Good, and then release the hand behind you, and on the in-breath, swing up, exhale down, inhale, lift up, exhale down, just moving with the breath. And then lift up and hold, reach the hips forward, stretch that right leg out, let that arm lengthen over the head, creating a nice long line of energy up the right side of the body. This is Ardamandalasana, half circle pose. Nice long, easy stretch. Good, and then slowly melt back to a seated position and slide the foot around. Wiggle the knees up and down, shoulders back and forth. Good, so same thing other side. So roll the knees to your right, and then bring the hands outside the right knee. So inhale, lift, exhale, stretch forward and down, lift that back leg up. Good, and then release the knee down, stretching up. And again, exhale, lengthen forward and down, lift that back leg up. And release that knee down. And now walk the hands outside the thigh. Inhale, lift, exhale, look back over your right shoulder. Good, and then walk the hands around, bringing the right hand outside the right knee, in line with the ankle, knee, palms, and fingertips. And then with the left arm, draw big figure eights. And then release the hand behind you. And as you inhale, swing up, exhale down, inhale, swing up, exhale down, just moving with the breath, up, down, and then lift up and hold. Good, and then stretch that left leg out, look up at the raised hand, and then lengthen the arm overhead. So Ardamandalasana, this side. Good, and then release back to seated position. Slide that foot around. Good, let's take your tennis ball. Grab my tennis ball here. And then let's bring the ball under your right knee. And then squeeze the calf towards the thigh. Good, and then lengthen the leg out on top of the ball so the ball is still behind the right knee. And then gently massage that right kneecap. Good, and then release, and then just gently rock the leg side to side, noticing the difference between the right and left knees. Noting if the right side feels free. And then same thing on the side. So bring the ball into your left knee, squeeze that calf towards the thigh, lifting up. Good, and then extend that left leg out, placing the ball right under the knee, and then gently massaging the left kneecap. Good, and then release that motion, move the ball off to the side, and then find your way to table pose. So coming onto the hands and knees for our spinal warm-ups. Bringing the wrists beneath the shoulders, knees beneath the hips, and then circle the hips around. And then circle in the other direction. And let that motion come to stillness. And now draw in a breath, and on the exhale, arch the back, chin to chest, tailbone tucked under. And as you inhale, lower the belly down, lift the tailbone up, lift up through the crown of the head. Good, again, exhale, arch the back, chin to chest, tailbone tucked under. And inhale up. Following the breath with your mind, coordinating movement with rhythm of the breath. And then return back to starting position with a flat back, head down. And taking a breath, and as you exhale, bring the right ear to the right hip. Inhale to center, exhale left ear to your left hip. Inhale to center, just move with the breath. Exhale to the side, inhale to center, exhale other side. Good, and then return back to center. Let's step the big toes together and spread the knees wide, and then shift the hips back to child's pose. Sitting back on the heels, forehead down, armpits lifted. Nice long full breath down the length of the spine. Good, and then lift the hips up and lower the hips forward and down, coming into upward facing dog. And here you can either have your knees on the mat or a little more challenge, lift the knees off the mat. Upward dog. And then we'll transition to downward dog by tucking the toes under, lifting the hips up and reaching the chest towards the thighs. And slowly melt the knees back towards the earth. And again, come into extended child pose, sitting back on the heels, forehead down. Good, and then lift the hips back up. Slide the knees together. And then let's cross the right foot around in front of the left knee. We're going to cross crawl forward and then bring the left foot around in front of the right knee. And just slowly crawl towards the front of your mat. And then once you reach the front of the mat, we'll reverse direction. So uncross the leg in front and then cross it over behind. Uncross the leg in front and cross it over behind. Go all the way to the back of the mat. And then once you've gotten to the back of the mat, again, come forward, cross crawl forward until you're about a little over halfway up the mat, with the right knee in front of the left knee. And then with the right knee in front of the left, see if you can bring the feet together. So squeeze the calves together, the feet towards one another, and then slide that back leg straight back. So that'll bring the right foot right underneath your left thigh. And then reach the elbows down. And just gently rock side to side. Feeling that deep stretch in the right IT band. And then reach the arms away from you, reach the forehead towards the mat. And if the forehead doesn't reach the mat, you can stack your fists underneath the forehead. And pause here, feeling the deep stretch in the right hip area. And as you exhale, let it soften. Good, and then release, bring the hands next to the right knee and then slide that right knee next to the left. And before we repeat this on the other side, let's just draw a little circle with the hips and notice the difference between the right and left hips. Noticing if the right side feels a little freer. So let's do the same thing. So come to the front 2/3 the way up your mat and then bring the left foot around in front of the right knee. Slide the feet towards one another and then stretch that right leg straight back. So the left foot will be right under your right thigh. Reach the elbows down. And then slide the hands away from you, reaching the forehead towards the earth. And just settle in, making any adjustments you need here. Maybe your hands under the head, or maybe the hips a little bit higher. Just listening to your body here and positioning yourself so that you can hold this comfortably and steadily. Again, take a long, easy breath, and as you exhale, relax that left hip area. Good, and then release. Slide the hands to either side of the right knee, or left knee, sorry, slide that left knee back. Good, and again, let's circle the hips and then reverse direction. Good, and now from here, let's tuck the toes under and then walk the hands back and lift the knees up. So we're gonna flex the underside of the feet. We're standing on the toes. And then lift the hips up, folding forward. And then release the hands and gently sway back and forth, side to side. Good, and then back to neutral, bend the knees, and then slowly uncurl. One vertebra at a time into a standing position. Good, and then just shake the arms, shake the legs. And then let's step the feet a little wider apart as you stand in Tadasana, and then just swing the arms side to side. So exhale to the side and inhale in transition. So it's ha, 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 ha. Arms are loose like empty coat sleeves. Good, and then come back to neutral. And now step the feet together so the inner feet are just slightly apart. Let the weight shift forward so we're balanced just in front of the heels. And then imagining roots growing down from the bottoms of the feet. And then draw that earth energy up from the bottoms of the feet and let it activate the calves, the thighs. Lift up evenly through the ribs, shoulders up, back, and down. Chin back, so it's chin parallel to the mat. And then activate the arms and slowly draw the arms out to the sides. Good, turn the palms up. And then release the arms overhead, interlacing all but the index fingers. Squeeze the arms alongside the ears. Inhale, lift, and exhale, arch to your right. Feel the stretch up the left side of the body. And again, as you inhale, lengthen up that left side. Exhale, maybe soften a little deeper into the pose. Good, and then lift back to neutral. Lift and lengthen, and exhale, other side. Again, inhale, stretch. Exhale, a little deeper. Good, and then return back to neutral, lift and lengthen, And then release the hands, bringing the open palms to the small of the back, and then reach the hips forward. As you lift the torso up, look up, arch back. Good, and then lift the torso back up, fold forward from the hips as you slide the hands down the back of the legs. Good, relax through the back of the neck. Relax the shoulders. Maybe bend the knees slightly, just try that and notice the shift that occurs. Long, easy breath. And as you exhale, let it soften. Good, and then slide the hands up to the hips, fold the elbows up towards the ceiling, bend the knees, and now lift the torso straight up in one long line. Good, and then release the arms down, taking a breath. Exhale, letting go. Good, feeling the effects of half moon. So let's move into tree pose, Vrksasana, for our balancing pose today. So shift the weight over the right leg. Bring that left heel in towards the right ankle. And then activate the right leg. Good, slide that left foot up, placing it to the inner calf, inner thigh, or outer thigh, whatever works best for you today. And then bring the palms together in front of the heart, focusing your gaze at your drishti, and slowly reach the arms up overhead, and then let your branches just move out to the sides. And noticing that trees sway. Vrksasana. Trees sway. Trees also have deep roots, which ours are imaginary at this point. Good, and then release and step the foot down, and then take any stretch or moves. And then same thing other side, so shift the weight to your left. So bring the right heel in towards your left ankle. Find your drishti, and then lift that foot up, placing it to the inner calf, thigh, or outer thigh. Palms together in front of the heart. And then reach the arms up, arms wide. Good, and then release and shake off. Good, so let's step the feet right underneath your hips, feet parallel to one another. And then bend the knees, slide the hands down the thighs, and then bring the arms up in front of you. Bend the knees a little more deeply, arching the back, coming into chair pose. And now bring the palms together in front of the heart. Lift the right elbow outside the left knee and look to your left. Good, and then lift back to neutral, and same thing on the side. Reach the left elbow outside the right knee and looking to your right. Good, and then back to neutral. And then slowly lift the torso back up. And release the hands down. And then shake off, shake off, shake off. And now bringing the hands to the hips, let's reach the right hip out to the right and then circle forward and to the left and around behind you. Just drawing a big circle with the hips, like you're hula hooping. And then reverse direction. Good, and then let that motion come to stillness. And let's now move down onto the knees. So come onto your knees, take your time, and then reach your right foot out to the right, pointing the toes either forward or to the side, whatever works best for you. And then bring the right arm down to the leg, reach the left arm up, and then inhale, stretch, exhale, arch over towards your right. Gate pose. Good, and then release the hand down, draw that knee in. Same thing other side, left foot out, left hand on the leg. Good, right arm up, and then arch over to your left. Good, and then release the hands, slide that knee in, and let's transition into a seated position. Let's bring our hands inside the legs and then thread them underneath your calves. And then rock back and lift the feet up, lift the hands up, and wiggle the fingers and toes in lotus blossom. And then release the hands, let the arms be out to the sides. Just hold here. Lift up through the lower back, lift the feet up to knee height if you're able, and hold. Notice your breath. Let the breath be slow and steady. And then slowly release the feet down and melt onto the back. Just pause and feel the effects of our practice so far. Feel the awakened energy as you lie on the back. And now let's draw the right knee to the chest, just gently squeezing that knee up. And then place the right foot on top of the left knee. Bring the left hand on top of the knee, right arm out to the side, and then slowly guide that knee to your left as you turn your head to look over the right shoulder. Good, and then draw the knee back up. Roll the bent knee out to your right. And then slide that right leg along the mat. And before we do the other side, just rock the leg side to side and notice the difference between the right and left leg. Noticing if the right leg feels a little longer. And then same thing other side, draw the left knee up, just squeeze the knee up. And then place that left foot on top of the right knee, right hand on top of the bent knee, left arm out to the side, and then guide that knee to the right as you look over the left shoulder. Good, and then draw the knee back to neutral, and then lower the bent knee out to your left. Good, and then slide that leg along the mat and invite the body to take any stretches or moves it's calling for before positioning yourself for Shavasana, for relaxation meditation. And this meditation is from Jillian Pransky in her book, Deep Listening. So as you lie on the back, just invite the eyelids to close. Pause for a few exhales and notice where your body meets the earth. Feel the body supported, and as you exhale, just allow yourself to melt into that support. Just mentally scan your face as well as the body for habitual tension. Release any squinting around the eyes, brows, temples. Let the jaw relax and release the tongue from the roof of the mouth. No need to grip in the head or the shoulders. Just let everything drain down. Now imagine you're sitting on a beach on a calm day, watching the gentle ocean waves rise and fall. Just like the ocean, each wave of our breath fluidly comes and goes, in and out, in a rhythm all its own. We're simply practicing allowing the breath to flow on its own as we witness it. Without expectation, judgment, or changing anything. Simply bring your open attention to the coming and going of each breath. You may wish to add a mental mantra such as blowing in, saying that for the length of your inhale, and for the duration of the exhale, just flowing out. Like the water coming into shore. Inhale, flowing in. Exhale, flowing out. Each time the mind wanders, just gently return to greet the breath, flowing in and flowing out. Over and over again. Come back to the breath over and over. Just breath and awareness of breath. No effort, just awareness. And from this place of inner attunement, just let your awareness come back to the fingers, back to the toes. And invite the body to stretch and move as though waking up for the first time today. And then finding your way back up to a seated position without disturbing your relaxation. And once again, sitting nice and tall, just taking a deep breath and exhale, letting go. And acknowledge yourself for taking this time to nurture yourself in body, mind, and spirit. And gratitude for our time together and for this practice. Let's share in the ancient sound of peace and harmony, the sound of Om, by inhaling. Om peace, peace Om. Namaste. Thank you so much.
Thank you.